Welcome back to Jack of All Games Tabletop. I'm Dave Wallace, and it's time for another board game review. This time we're going to be doing another solo game. I love solo games because most of my games I do play solo one way or another, especially when it's made for playing solo. This one is from Renegade, and it is called Wraith and the Giants. This is a 2025 game, and if you know Renegade, they put out some pretty cool solo board games. I believe they did Wreckland and Warp's Edge. So yeah, they make some pretty cool stuff. And this one is pretty cool as well. So I just got it in. I had ordered it for Amazon Prime Day, and pretty happy with it so far. Interesting story. I mean, this is a game in which you are let me see if I can set it up there. Sort of. Anyway. This is a game in which you are playing a Wraith, is what they're referred to, which in this game seems to be sort of a tribal person who every 23 years or something like that, these giants, 23, strange number to throw out there, but these giants come back every 23 years, and you're in charge of fighting them, killing them off, because they're coming to attack your village. And so yeah, it's a pretty cool little simple fighting game in which you're basically climbing up these giants and attacking at certain weak points and trying to take them out before they either kill you or get to your village. So yeah, it's a pretty cool little concept. One of the things that's really interesting, I think, about this game is rather than give you multiple characters, they give you, it's the same character, one single character, but in different stages of their life. So like a teenager, one in their 30s, one in their 50s. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the theme of this from Renegade Games. One player, 35-40 minutes, and recommended for ages 14 and up. This is Wraith and the Giants.
Every 23 years, since time unknown, giants have risen from the land beyond, marching towards the village to feed. Your grandmother fought and defended these monsters while she was alive. The duty had fallen to her upon the death of her grandmother, and so forth, back as far as legend records. Your grandmother is gone, so you now must take up her sword and bow as a living shadow. Can you continue the story and protect the village from a catastrophic end?
Yeah, so there you go. Every 23 years, somebody gets to fight these, and it's on you now. Strange number to toss out there, but okay. Anyway, yeah, I dig the game. It's very simple. It doesn't have a whole lot to it, but it doesn't really need much to it. It's really good for kind of a quick solo game. Box is not too big, so easy to take around with you if you want to stash it in your backpack and take it on the go. Doesn't take up a huge amount of table space. Everything about it looks like nice quality, and yeah, it's pretty fun. I've been through it a couple times now as far as the first 1 or 2 levels, but anyway, let's go ahead and check out what's in the box.
What's in the box? In the box for Wraith and the Giants, you will find 3 Wraith boards, 4 Giant boards, 3 Wraith decks of 30 cards each, 4 Giant decks of 20 cards each, 3 Wraith pawns, 1 Rage card, 1 Rage pawn, 47 wound tokens, 24 foothold tokens, 12 foothold cards, player aids, 1 storybook, and 1 rule book.
All right, so up next is aesthetics. So, I mean, I assume that they care about the game right away when they, went ahead and put the gloss just on the giant coming out there. It just kind of makes everything look nice, pretty, and stand out. I will say that, there's not a whole lot of components, and that's okay. A lot of this is just card based as far as your battle goes. But everything about the components that are in here are nice quality. Let me see if I can open up this. This is one of the giant boards, and it's a really nice quality to everything. You know, one of the things that really drives me nuts is cheap, thin cards, and these seem like decent quality cards. And these little boards, and the player boards also are nice quality. They got these nice little, just meeples, you know, but they put a little nice detail into the print there, which is really not necessary, you know, for a simple game like this. So the fact that they take the time to do that, I appreciate it. In fact, they even put together a little storybook that comes in here that gives you a little bit more background about, you know, the story itself. So, I mean, I appreciate that. I haven't actually read it, but you know, I appreciate the effort that they put into this. So, yeah, aesthetics, really good. I definitely appreciate everything that they put into this. Nothing complicated, but it's not always about the art, and the art is really cool in this, but just quality. I appreciate that. So aesthetics, very good. So on to ease of instructions. This is the rule book that came with it, and it's all pretty simple. It's straightforward. It's not very long. What the whole rule book is, I mean, there's actually, aside from the game variant, as far as actual rules, you know, I mean, even with a variant, there's only 18 pages. So, and there's examples in there, not too hard to figure out. So yeah, got to give it a good quality for ease of instructions. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the setup and how to play.
Setup. First, choose your Wraith and Giant. Set the Giant board in the center of the table and your Wraith board close to it. Shuffle the Wraith deck that matches your character and set it below your Wraith board, drawing your first 5 cards for your hand. Shuffle the Giant deck that matches your chosen board. Draw the top 5 cards and set them back in the box. The remaining deck should be placed above the Giant board and the first 5 cards laid face up in a row. Set your Wraith pawn at the ground level on the Giant board. Set your wound markers within reach. Place the appropriate amount of wound tokens for the Giant in the top left corner of the Giant board. Place the Rage card near the Giant board and the Rage token just under the first square on the Rage card. Now you are ready to play. How to play. On your turn, choose 2 cards from your hand of 5 to play. One for the top action at the right of the Wraith board, and one for the bottom action. Cards will give actions for climbing, leaping, dropping, melee attacks, ranged attacks, and firework attacks. The face-up cards above the Giant board will show the Giant's current weak spots, helping you to strategize which path to take from the ground up. Note the icons on the left side of each Wraith card. Adding these up will give advantages as the game progresses. Once you have made both actions, you may refresh your hand up to 5 cards and may discard any already in your hand for the ability to draw more. Once you have refreshed your hand, it is the Giant's turn to retaliate. Note the face-up Giant card furthest to the left. The text will indicate which sectors the Giant will attack. If you are in that sector, you may take damage. Then, discard that particular Giant card, shift all of the other Giant cards 1 space to the left, and draw a new Giant card to add to the end of the row. Note the rune symbol on the new card. If any of the cards currently in the face-up row have the same symbol, those attacks are also made against you. If none of the Giant's attacks do damage to you, the Rage track goes up. Any attacks against you that are successful add damage tokens to your Wraith board. Any attacks you have landed successfully will pull damage tokens from the top of the Giant board and be added to the card with the weak spot that was hit. Then you start a new round. If the damage tokens piled on the card have reached the armor amount, the tokens are removed and the card is flipped over, leaving a scar. Each Giant has a scar limit, which will defeat the Giant. If the Giant runs out of wound tokens, he is defeated. However, if you suffer more damage than your character can handle, or the giant deck runs out, you have failed your bloodline.
All right, cost and availability. I think right now, currently, it looks like this goes for around like 35 to 40 bucks usually. I think I got it for like 30 bucks because I got it on Prime Day sale. But yeah, about 40 bucks. I'd say it feels more like a $30 game, but I'm venture to say that soon that'll come down to about 30 bucks. But still, even 40 bucks, not bad for it. As far as availability goes, well, online, yeah, you're not going to have a problem whether you get it directly from Renegade or an online store, or, like I said, I got it for Prime Day. So yeah, Amazon's got it, which means availability pretty high. And being a 2025 game, I did not expect there to be expansions, but of course, got to make sure, went on BGG and checked it out. And sure enough, there is an expansion called New Dawn. And it is new characters that come as twins. Oh, of course, what kind of great philosophy of giant monsters doesn't somehow have, twin girls in it. So yeah, apparently there's a new expansion that does have twins, and it kind of works together as, still a solo variant, but you get to operate two of them, probably some kind of mental connection working together. And I believe there's also another giant, some sort of metallic monster. So yeah, could be interesting. I don't really know much about it, but I'd say it's worth checking out because so far this main game's really cool. So as far as my final thoughts, yeah, I dig it. As far as this, simple solo game, it's really cool. It's got a cool theme to it, a different kind of story idea to it. I like the way that it plays this climbing action and making attacks. It's interesting how you use the giant's cards to decide which card is leftmost is the one that's going to be making attack in a specific zone. So there is a luck factor, as far as which card happens to come up and which cards you happen to draw for your own hand. So a lot of great games have some luck factor in it. So yeah, this one does too. But yeah, there's definitely some good ways to plan out your strategy as far as looking ahead at what wounds are areas, weak spots are coming up for the giants, and what areas you can attack, planning ahead of time to try to get scars on them so that way you can take them out earlier than just trying to wear out all their hit points. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'd say definitely worth the buy and pretty fun to play. Like I said, solo, you want to kill some time, play something fun. Wraith and the Giants works pretty good. So yeah, have you checked this out? Have you heard of it? Have you consider buying it? Have you tried the expansion? I'd definitely like to know about that. But yeah, I guess that's going to do it for now. Definitely worth checking it out. All right, that's going to be it. Until next time, get out there and roll some dice.
Hey gamers, thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate all the support. It's one of the things I know that I can count on with the gaming community at large. This is of course to the point where I gotta ask you to like it, hit that subscribe button, and maybe share this with a friend. If you are a game designer, or maybe starting your own gaming company, and you want to do a little bit of cross promotion, maybe you got a prototype that you want me to check out and talk about on the show, definitely let me know. And of course, for all questions, suggestions, and corrections, there's all kinds of ways to get a hold of me. Probably the easiest one is just comment below. You can also send me an email at jackofallgamestt@gmail.com. The T stands for tabletop. And if you'd like to take a look at my commissioned miniature paint jobs, or even some of the other stuff in my life like photography or tattooing, which is what I do for my day job, go check it out on Instagram at Art of Wallace. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next episode.